We are extremely close to the release of the next Red Dead Online update. Rockstar Games have started teasing what to expect. QA Beta 2 is getting updated regularly, and Rockstar themselves even said the update is coming early summer. But with all of this excitement, there is something that Rockstar need to do with this upcoming update, otherwise fans just won't be happy. And this is content payouts. Before I do get into the video, if you enjoy the content here and you want to see more Red Dead Online content from me, then there is a link in the description down below which will take you over to the second YouTube channel. Over there, it's more about entertainment and we are currently playing a variety of different games, but when this new Red Dead Online update does release, we'll be going to daily streams showing you the latest content and everything that you can do. Link to that can be found in the description down below. Getting back into the video, 99% of players would say that they just want good content to be added to the game, that they're not bothered about anything else. They just want to have fun. But progression is also a big part of having fun, and the way that most players see progression is how much money, gold or XP they've managed to get in the time that they've been playing this game. This will always be a part of Red Dead, just like it's a massive part for every other game that has a currency. With the next major update, things won't be changing in this area. Players will still value how much money and gold they have, which brings us to what Rockstar need to do to keep fans happy. And it comes through in two different stages. The first stage is higher payouts. It might seem like such a small thing, but it really isn't. This has a big effect, so much so that if Rockstar delivered the most enjoyable content ever but had a much lower payout compared to the other content that's currently within the game, players wouldn't actually bother playing the new content. I know saying this, especially as someone who enjoys grinding money and gold within Red Dead, might seem a bit one-sided, but there's loads of content creators out there that would say certain content is pointless just because it doesn't pay well. I can already safely assume that more than half of you guys watching this video haven't played through all the stranger missions because they don't offer as much compared to other content that you can play. For example, the bounty hunter missions and legendary animals, which have a much higher payout. And I know some might say that bounty hunter missions and legendary animal missions are so much more entertaining compared to the stranger missions, but some of them do have the exact same game mechanics. Bonnie McFarlane has a stranger mission where you need to track down either a bear or a cougar. It gives a rough area to search, but you need to look for clues. Exactly the same as legendary animal missions. The only difference is once you complete the stranger mission, you are given a set payout, rather than actually being able to keep the animal that you managed to hunt down. Whereas the legendary animal missions, it will end in either you sedating and sampling that animal or killing and skinning it, both of which can be very lucrative for money. And depending if you want to include daily challenges or any types of awards, it can also give you pretty decent gold as well. So when the new update comes that includes robberies, it needs to have a higher payout compared to similar activities. We do already have a few robberies and heists in the game. They fall under main missions and telegram missions, both of which were heavily criticized when it comes to payouts. The mission called Banks Don't Rob Themselves, which is the main story mission where you do go and rob the bank within Saint Denis. It is a fun mission to go through, but it only pays out well once. This is when it's your first time playing through the main story missions. If you were to replay that mission, you do not get the exact same payout as what you was able to get in the first time. You now have a considerably lower payout with money, gold and XP. The telegram mission, Rich Pickings, was heavily criticized for payouts as well. You steal loads of jewelry from the mayor's house within Saint Denis, but you get a very small cut from Josiah. Players really do not like being able to go onto a mission, see that you're able to get loads of jewelry or loads of money, and then only for you to be able to get a very small cut at the end of it. So the robberies that come with this next major update need to have a much higher payout. We have already been told that there will be homesteads across the game that can be robbed in the free roam across the 5 states. I imagine these are going to be very similar to the stores that are in GTA that can be robbed. These won't have a crazy high payout, but it should be decent compared to other free roam activities such as the dynamic events. If other major robberies get added to the game as part of missions, or we get something similar to heists, this is where there needs to be a much bigger payout. No one wants to play for a robbery only to get a few dollars for their hard work. it needs to be more. But it's not as simple as just increasing the payouts for content. This is where we move on to stage 2. There needs to be a way that you can use that money to buy into other things, or at least buy into an activity which provides more entertainment. Red Dead Online has always had a currency problem, and it's because it's very hard to balance in-game currencies. It's not just for Rockstar, it's for loads of different games that are currently out there. At the beginning of Red Dead, the payouts were extremely low. We only had main missions, stranger missions, and hunting as our main way to get money and gold. Showdown series at the beginning would only pay 1 gold nugget for every game that you went through. Eventually, Rockstar added daily challenges, daily challenge streaks, bounty hunter role, trader role, and the collector. This is when payouts were a lot better. Gold and money was flowing into people's accounts. The issue now is that players had a lot more cash and gold to spend and nothing to spend it on. I hope that Rockstar would add more content to the game in terms of items to buy, so that players wanted to use their hard-earned cash on the new content that Rockstar have delivered. But Rockstar took a different approach. Instead, they nerfed the collector within the Naturalist update and nerfed the gold within the bounty hunter update. So now we're in a position where we're making considerably less than what we was able to make this time last year. And in a way, it does solve a problem for all the new players starting this game, but it doesn't solve the problem for all those that have managed to grind up thousands of gold and hundreds of thousands of dollars when things were at its prime. There's players out there that have above 1,000 gold, above $100,000, all ability card upgrades, all items for every role, the best horses, the best saddles for those horses, all weapons, and the most exclusive and expensive cosmetic items. Everything that they managed to buy here was all from when they were able to grind thousands of gold through daily challenges and grind hundreds of thousands of dollars when the collector was at its best. And they managed to do all of that while still having a huge amount left over for them to buy into future content. For an average player, they won't have 1,000 gold or over $100,000, but they can have ability upgrades that they want. They've bought into the essential items from each role. They've managed to buy one of the best horses, applying the best saddle to that horse, some weapons, and all of the cosmetic items that they like. This is not too hard to accomplish. Once you've completed everything here, then it's just about building up that gold and building up that cash so that when the next update comes out, you can buy into everything straight away and then be in the exact same loop. But you'll build even more money and even more gold for the very next update. And as Red Dead is currently on a 2 update per year schedule, it's not hard in 6 months to build enough gold or money for you to be able to buy into everything when that update does arrive. Just as an example, let's say on the 1st of December, you was able to buy into absolutely everything within the Bounty Hunter enhancement. But since then, you've been grinding just 1 gold bar per day. And this isn't too difficult. This will take anywhere between 20 minutes all the way up to an hour mark, depending what you're actually doing. If you're just doing daily challenges, it could be done very quickly. If you're looking to do Bounty Hunter missions or rewards, it might take a bit longer. But if you did just grind 1 gold bar a day since the 1st of December, at the time of recording this video, you'll have 197 gold bars. Already, that's double or even triple the amount of gold that's actually required for you to buy into content. Bear in mind, in previous updates, there's only been 1 to 3 roles and there's been an outlaw pass. After this content, there's nothing really else that has substantial value, except for the cosmetics, which isn't something that most players go for. They stick to 1 outfit and have that for most of their time. So if the next update delivers high reward in robberies, players expect there to be other types of items worth buying into, or at least using their money for activities that players enjoy. Types of content can include new types of weapons, new wagons or vehicles, camp upgrades, moonshine upgrades, properties. Content that seems big or feels like it makes a difference. Not just cosmetic items for a character, horse, or wagon, but content that makes you want to grind towards it. And these could be done at different prices, so it appeals to players with different amounts of money. Just like if you were going into the first lot of heists on GTA Online, you can buy any luxury apartment which unlocks heists. But there are different luxury apartments at different prices so that those that have a ton of money can buy the most expensive one. The content is not locked behind a paywall for those that can't afford the most expensive apartment. They would simply buy the cheaper apartments. And on GTA, they've carried this over to buying into different types of businesses, where the rich can buy different upgrades, and none of this has currently hit Red Dead Online as of yet. So when Rockstar delivers robberies to Red Dead Online, whether they're small missions or part of something a lot bigger such as heists, it needs to pay out slightly better compared to the other content that's in the game. This gives the idea of progression. It would suck when you rob a homestead. You see all this money and jewelry going into your bags, you go and deliver it to Guido Martelli and he gives you only $20, whereas he's making hundreds or even thousands. But following this, there needs to be content worth buying. It can be done in many different forms and there's loads of way in which Rockstar can reuse mechanics and content but price it differently so the rich can buy more expensive versions whilst those that don't have as much can still get access to the content by buying a cheaper version. It's all about a balancing act, but if Rockstar fell in one of these areas, players won't feel like they're getting rewarded for their efforts, or they'll have nothing to work towards, in which they'll also become bored. But anyway guys, let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think Rockstar must do with this upcoming update to keep players entertained for the foreseeable future? If you do want to see any more content from me, then there is a link in the description down below which can take you over to the streaming channel. I currently stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, but this will go to daily when the new Red Dead Online update arrives. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.